Welcome back to Spiritual Selfish channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Christina Day, and as always, I'm here to help you to focus on you, raise your vibration, and become conscious creator of your own reality. Now, guys, today's video is gonna be a little bit different than my usual teachings or walking you through a specific topic. What I'm gonna be talking about today, and as probably you already understood from the title, is we're gonna be doing a review of the product, which is, and I mentioned it already in some of my other videos, which is colon cleanse. You can't maybe see, yeah. So it's a colon cleanse by Bio Cleanse, and I'm gonna be not just doing a review, but I will be actually talking about why the heck I decided to do a colon cleanse and why the heck I'm even filming a YouTube video about it. Because I think after doing this cleanse now for 3 times already, I understood that it's really, really important part of raising your vibration and also, unplugging from the system. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, guys, so how I'm gonna structure this, I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna explain what even colon cleanse is. Then I'm gonna share a little bit about why I decided to do colon cleanse and what is my health story. I'm gonna talk about exactly how it works, how do you do the colon cleanse, the results, the benefits of it. And at the end, I also will go over the most asked questions that I get every time that I share this on my Instagram stories. Because, as I said, this is it's gonna be my 4th time that I actually do this cleanse. So I have gotten plenty of questions. The reason I decided to share this video is because, one, I get so many questions about it. 2, I think it is, in my personal opinion, it has huge benefit to our health on different levels, in body, emotional, and spiritual. Again, I always talk about this. And the last reason is because I'm gonna be doing another colon cleanse myself in about week and a half, 2 weeks from now. So if you want to do it with me at the same time, you definitely can do so. Last time I had someone do it with me as well. So it's really cool to have like accountability buddy. But in any case, I want to say a quick disclaimer before we jump into it, is that it's not sponsored or anything. I just love this product and I think it's really, really life-changing. So that's why I decided to share this with you guys, because I just want everyone who needs this product to be able to do this. And to remember, I'm not like a certified practitioner or a doctor. Yes, I have studied fitness. Yes, I have studied nutrition and did like extensive research myself, but I'm not like a certified doctor, right? So everything that I will be sharing with you is coming from purely my own experience and purely from my own perspective, as well as, experiences of my friends who have done this. Okay, so keep an open mind. Always, as I say, take what resonates, leave out what doesn't. And, if it's a product for you, go ahead and do it. If not, I open your mind to something new. Okay, so let's start with the what. What is this colon cleanse and what it's for? So basically it is what it is. What it says, it's to cleanse your colon. But a lot of people sometimes think and mix it with colonics. So colonics is where you go to like doctor's place and they put like a tube in your butt and flush a lot of water or specifically like liquid through your gut and massage your tummy belly for, I think it was like half an hour, and it flushes out like what doesn't belong in your colon. Where colon cleanse is a bit different. So colon cleanse that I do is a 9-day fasting program. So it involves fasting plus drinking specific shake that I'm gonna share with you and taking some specific pills that which will stimulate our colon to release something called mucoid plaque. Now, for those of you who don't know what is mucoid plaque, basically this is something our gut naturally creates as a sort of protection, right? So it's a plaque that is covering our gut on the inside, and it is being created in our gut by our gut when we consume foods that are acidic forming, right? So when there's acidity in our gut creates this mucoid plaque to protect itself, right? Sounds like everything should be as it is, right? The thing is, with our more modern diet and lifestyle and all the processed foods and so on and so forth, we are consuming way much more food that are acidic forming that we are supposed to. And even the foods that are considered healthy, they might be contributing to acidity in your gut. To give you a quick example, for example, coffee, right? Alcohol or oats. Everyone thinks that oats are super healthy, and I'm not saying that oats are not healthy, but what majority of people do not realize that oats, oat milk, and everything made out of oats is actually acidic forming, which actually creates acidic environment and creates even more mucoid in our gut. So why do you would like to remove the mucoid plaque? Is because imagine for many years you're eating, and you're not cleaning your gut, right? Mucoid plaque gets thicker and thicker and thicker. At some point, it just covers your belly. You're getting so bloated. Your vitamins or minerals are not being absorbed by your gut because of this thick layer. And the third thing, and the biggest, is a perfect environment for parasites and any diseases where to live in that mucoid plaque. So obviously, when you become aware of this, you kind of want to, get it out and, do a cleanse. Like, we're cleaning our apartment, we're cleaning our car, we're cleaning our teeth. Why we don't think about cleaning our gut, right? Because it's not something mainstream media talks about on purpose, and we don't even think that it should be done. Okay, so now when you understand that this colon cleanse is actually to remove the mucoid plaque out of your colon, I'm going to walk you through actual products. So if you go to Bio Cleanse website, and I'm going to leave it in the description box down below, you'll find that you can order each and every product separately, but obviously I'm going to show you the set. So what you get in the set to go through a complete colon cleanse. So you're getting the toxin remover, which basically is your food for 9 days. So I'm going to read you the ingredients. So it's psyllium husk, wet earth volcanic ash, and ginger root. That's it, right? So ginger, we all know, is how you say disinfection, like cleaning. Like, we all know that ginger is good. Psyllium husk makes sense, and then volcanic ash is the one, that ingredient which, when you're fasting, then ash is able to pull out that mucoid plaque by absorbing it out of our gut, right? So this is the powder that you're making shakes with. I'm going to talk about how often and so on in just a second. Then you're also getting digest power pills, which basically are pills that are going to stimulate you to go to the loo, right? Because if you're not eating, if you're fasting, it's harder. Like, the food is not moving. Obviously, there's nothing moving, so you wouldn't go to the toilet otherwise. But because of this digest power pills, you are gonna go to the toilet. And there are quite a ingredients. Again, just go to Bio Cleanse website and you can check it all out, but it's all natural grown, and you read the ingredients and you actually, ginger root or peppermint leaf or licorice root, it's not something fake or chemicals. And then also in the set you'll get 60 capsules of vegan probiotics that you take actually after the cleanse. So this is what you get, and obviously you also get like instructions and booklet. So there are 2 types of cleanses you can do. Options: one is strong cleanse, and then there's soft cleanse. So all of the times I was doing the strong cleanse. So strong cleanse is 9-day cleanse, and of which first 3 days are pre-cleanse, where you gradually decrease the amount of food you're eating. So it's like to 70%, to 50%, to 30%. And then on day 4, you're going into full fasting, right? Then you fast for 5 days, so completely no food, no solid food, no smoothies, nothing. And you just consume the shake. You consume it 3 to 5 times a day. And you're also allowed, if you wish, to drink fresh, pressed, organic apple juice. But again, if you want, you can do just the water fast. So that's the first 3 pre-cleanse, 5 days of cleanse. And then when you do break your fast, first, I think 2 days after the cleanse, after the fasting, you're going to be consuming only fruits, just to make it easy for your digestion to get back into digesting solid food. Now, there's also a soft option that you can do. I haven't been looking into it a lot, but what I saw, it's like longer. You do it over longer period of time, which is 14 days, but then you're allowed to consume some food, like 1 meal a day or something like that. But you still consume the shake, the pills, right? It's just like longer. And in my opinion, I want to get with it faster and quicker, and also make sure that actually what I do is done and it's done, because if I still consume some food, in my opinion, it will be more challenging for the shake to absorb the mucoid plaque out of the gut. So I rather prefer, let's get it in 9 days and completely, right? So now let's talk about, so that's basically what it is, right? Now let's talk about why. I kind of already touched on this a little bit about the mucoid plaque, but I want to share about myself, like my personal story, so that you don't think like, I eat healthy, I don't need to do it. Like, I am a health freak. Like, I have done so many things, and I always have been saying that my health is my number one priority, no matter what. To give you a little bit of understanding of my background, I'm coming from Latvia. So it's a country in Northern Europe next to Russia. So there's not like a lot of the produce that is coming from our own land. So we eat primarily in our diet potatoes, pork, a lot of dairy, and some beans, right? So growing up till maybe age of 20, I wouldn't say that I was eating bad or something. I was just eating our normal diet of the culture. But now with the awareness that I have, I can say that like that diet wasn't really necessarily healthy, just because of the lack of the nutrients. And if you all the time eat potatoes and rice, that's nothing good as well. But obviously I wasn't like eating junk food or something like that, because always my health was number one. Just like I did not have awareness that there could be another way, right? Because there's not many things that are being imported in Latvia. because it's quite small country. So with that being said, I want you to understand that, yeah, I wasn't eating the best that I could, but it was due to lack of information. And when I moved to Australia, when I started traveling, then I realized, oh, okay, I kind of need to incorporate more greens. I kind of need to consume other foods that are accessible. So yeah, when I moved to Australia, I completely revamped my diet, and I did not have access to so much dairy anymore as we used to have in Latvia, or many things that, like things like chickpeas and quinoa came into my diet, because at the time we did not have it in Latvia. So slowly but surely, I started eating whole food diet. So I excluded also refined sugar. I excluded step by step red meat, chicken, and fish. So right now I'm vegan. I'm following alkaline vegan diet right now. But slowly over the last 3 years, I have been making this transition from vegetarian into vegan, and really primarily focusing on whole food. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I am telling this to you only because I want you to understand that I wasn't, like eating junk food, and I was, respecting my body and treating the best I can, but there were still some health issues that I could not explain why the heck I'm experiencing this. So, for example, I will be really bloated all the time, and I think I started getting bloated since I was, I don't know, 16. So I'm 26 now, and only now bloatedness after the colon cleanse started to go away. But yeah, I was always bloated. And when I went to Australia, I started also practicing intermittent fasting, which definitely helped to decrease my bloatiness. But still, even sometimes after a fast of 18 hours, I would have a tummy, I would have feeling heavy, or that there's something in my belly, and really not understanding, I can eat one banana and then I feel oh my God, so bloated up. Or, I usually go to the gym and do HIIT sessions, or, a lot of jumping. And even if I eat 3 or 4 hours before the gym, I could not work out, because I will feel oh, there's something jumping in my body, in my belly, and I'm about to throw up. So I always was working out on it, fasted. That was the only way for me. And, it kind of, yeah, it's okay. But over time, I started thinking I did also intolerance test. I excluded the foods such as buckwheat, or some other ingredients that make me intolerant, or getting me headache. So I also explored all of that as well. And still, with intermediate fasting, knowing my intolerances, eating wholesome diet, not drinking, not smoking, I would feel not on 100%, you know what I mean? So that's why I was trying to figure out what is going on. And really, when I were in Bali, I went to this center, Bali Healing. So definitely go check them out as well. And they found out that there are parasites in my blood. And for the record, if you're living in Bali, it's you're almost guaranteed that you have parasites in your blood, just because of the quality of water there, right? We all think, oh, Bali is such a paradise, but we have to remember it's still an island, it's like a big village. So quality of water and life in general, it's not like in Australia, or not in Europe, or not in America, right? So the lady, she suggested me to do the liver cleanse and also parasite cleanse. I did it, and there was no freaking difference. Maybe at that time I left the Bali, so could not do the second checkup. But there was no difference in terms of my bloatiness, right? So after living in Bali for 10 months, like when I was living in Australia, it kind of was bearable. But after living for 10 months in Bali, and again, I would not go to like local warungs, like maybe once a month or something, but I would avoid their local food just because of the, bacteria and parasites. But in any case, after spending 10 months in Bali, I really noticed my health got like out of whack. Again, it's not that I was sick, but it's not 100% that I expected. I got extra weight. It's not, again, something big, but I could definitely see my tummy, my face is getting bigger than usual, and my bloatiness and feeling like in digestion was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when actually I was researching and doing a lot of research about how to, raise your vibration from spiritual perspectives, on top of many other cleanses, I did the colon cleanse in general, and colonics came to my awareness. So after that, I started figuring out, okay, how do I do colonics? Like, how do I do colon cleanse? And yeah, I asked somebody, and somebody in Facebook group suggested me this exact colon cleanse. And again, being a health nerd that I am, obviously, I researched them in and out, went through all of their testimonials, went through all of their documentations and instructions to understand how it works, what are exactly the benefits, and why you should do that. I decided to do this. And also, a lot of times people ask me, why exactly this colon cleanse? Because, guys, the ingredients are so natural. Like, everything that is going to happen on colon cleanse is like natural process through natural ingredients, so it's not like chemical based shit. And at the time when I was researching this, I was also speaking with one of the health coaches. She was specializing in gut health, and she was like, oh, maybe you have SIBO, maybe you have candida, you have to go check out, blah blah blah. And she was suggesting me some other protocols, but those protocols were like some, chemicals in it, and it did not, you just do it, but there's no like mucoid in your body or something like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna see how it works, and thanks God I did it. And that slowly moves us to the point of how it works. And then again, I already, guys, slightly walked through over like the 3 days cleanse, the pre-cleanse, the fasting, the days after you do the fruit. But in general, how it works, the first year when you start doing colon cleanse, if you never ever have done this before, you should do colon cleanse every 2 to 3 months to remove the mucoid plaque completely out of your body. The years after, you do it every 6 months. Okay, and I asked Bio Cleanse about this, why do we need to do it the first year so often? And what they told me, like, we want to create the whole purpose of doing this cleanse is to make alkaline environment in your body. Again, remember that acidic forming foods create mucoid plaque, the home for parasites and diseases. So we want to make our gut alkaline environment as possible. And if you want to make an environment that is alkaline, we'll first have to remove any parasites, any left mucoid plaque, because imagine you do one cleanse and then you're trying to, make your gut health alkaline, but you eat something or there's a new parasite coming into your gut, and because your gut environment is so acidic, it's like perfect for parasites. It's just gonna live there and create again, and basically your colon cleanse, went out of the window. So you really want to focus on the first year to like cleaning it all out, like making big cleanse, like spring cleaning. But then it's more, the years after, it's more about just maintenance and, doing regular cleanses. So with that being said, I started my first cleanse in October 2019. Then my second cleanse was in January 2020. Then the next one, the third one, was May 2020. And now I'm going to do the next one and the final one for this year in end of the August 2020. So if you want to do it with me, maybe it's going to be your first cleanse, definitely go check out Bio Cleanse kit. I'll link below. And message me if you would do it at the same time. I would love to do it at the same time with somebody else as well. But with this being said, let's actually talk about the benefits and like, did it actually work? Why I'm still, doing it? And what at the end, also guys, I forgot to say this, but stay till the end. I will insert some pictures and videos of actual mucoid plaque. So if you would like to see that, definitely stay till the end. If you don't want to see this and it is quite disturbing, you better don't watch. But with that being said, obviously when I decided that I want to do the colon cleanse, the benefits that were I was interested in was to get rid of my bloatiness and understand what is going on with my health. Like, again, I wasn't sick or there wasn't something wrong with my health. It's just like I wanted my health to be perfect, right? And it wasn't perfect. And I was like, I have to figure this out. I cannot live it like this. Let's talk about the benefits on physical, mental, and spiritual level. So when I did it, my intention at the beginning was only the physical. I had no idea that it will impact also my mental level and in my spiritual levels, right? So obviously the bloatiness went away. Obviously now I can go to the gym and I don't feel sick. I don't feel that there's something jumping in my body because I removed not all of it yet, but majority of this mucoid plaque. And if you have to see this, guys, how it looks, you will then understand why the bloatiness goes away, because it's a freaking thick shit that covers your gut, and obviously it will take up space and make your belly, bigger than it's in reality is. So imagine when you remove that crap, how much lighter you feel and how much easier for food is to digest. And like, I cannot even explain you, like, I'm so grateful that I figured this out. And I do feel now that I'm in control of, I eat this and I understand how it impacts my body, because my body is not so filled up with stuff that it doesn't need, right? So I have written this down so I don't forget. Obviously, I lost the weight. It's not like huge and it wasn't my intention, but because mucoid, it has a weight and, it weighs something. Obviously, when it leaves your body, you will be feeling lighter. So during the cleanse, my first cleanse, I think I lost like 4 kg, but obviously because you don't eat, and when you start eating, you gain some weight back. So I think over the 3 cleanses, I lost like 2.5 kg of mucoid plaque, which is kind of freaking crazy. Just the plaque, right? So yeah, I'm being really happy with that. And the last physical thing that I want to mention is skin. Like, for me, it wasn't like something huge topic or, pain point, but I definitely noticed that after I do the cleanse, my skin got so clear, and like people around me were noticing that as well. Like, I never had acne or like huge skin problems, but random pimples here and there that you pick, and but I definitely now notice, straight after the cleanse, my skin is perfect. Like a month after, it's still good, and maybe like 2 months when you kind of start eating random food, the pimples start to show up, but it's nothing big. But now I notice, okay, it's time for cleanse. So it's really interesting to see how your body reacts and responds to the way you eat, right? Okay, so that was physical. Now mental levels. What I've noticed is before doing the cleanse, as I said, after Bali, I felt like I was at my worst with my health, like freaking ever. And I'm sure it's due to those parasites. But I started time to time, and by the end of 2018, noticing that I have like a brain fog. And like I never ever had it. Only like during Bali and after Bali, I noticed that I have a brain fog. Like, and I was trying, it was hard, more challenging for me to focus on my stuff. So after doing the colon cleanse, the first one, actually the brain fog went completely away. And like, whew, you know, like it's such a freaking relief, because I started to like worry, like what the hell is going on? So definitely, you know, focus, clarity, and mental. What I noticed is it's shaken my belief system. It's shaken everything I know about health industry. It shaken belief system about the way I eat, how often I have to eat. Because, you know, when you go 9 days without food, just consuming some ash, you kind of start thinking like, do I actually have to eat 3 times a day? Like, does the food industry, the medicine industry, do they really talk the truth? Is my health really in their interest, you know? And when you do something such unconventional, according to medicine, you kind of start realizing that, you know, if you want to be healthy and be the best version of yourself, you have to do your research. You have to take control back into your hands and stop, you know, putting control and power in other industries. Because, you know, by now, I'm sure you guys know, all of those have been designed and on purpose to limit us, to lower our vibration, and to suppress our human being. So, you know, my mental benefit was definitely, you know, more eye-opening, that, hey, I actually, my body is so intelligent and so smart, and it knows how to heal itself. I just have to stop putting junk into it. And by junk, I mean not, you know, Macca's or McDonald's, but junk in terms of medicine, junk in terms of processed food, junk of, you know, all the bullshit. And the last one, spiritual. So I did not expect this, like, at all. It wasn't even on top of my mind. But during my first cleanse, I noticed, again, this increased focus and also increased gratitude. Like, seriously, guys, I cannot tell you how grateful, even during my fast when I had no food, I started focusing on things that bring me joy. Like, oh, look at the sky. Oh, look at the flowers. Or, you know, I really was opening my eyes, because my mind started, you know, my body started to clear itself. I was gaining this mental clarity and actually lifting my head to the world around me. So this is huge, you know, and we think like, like, who cares? I completely understand you. But when you are actually experiencing this, you are, you know, it's completely shifting the perspective and how you see life. And people now often ask me like, oh, how are you always so happy? And I'm like, there's so many things around you that, like, you know, bring us joy, and that we take for granted and we don't think about it, because we're so focused on our problems, we're so focused on diseases, we're so focused on what we have to eat and other, you know, stuff that doesn't matter really to human being. And also, one of the things I want to mention, and I kind of forgot it on the physical level, what I noticed, and it's more about the fasting aspect of this cleanse, is that when I was fasting, yeah, everything is great. But the minute I started eating and, you know, my digestion started working, what I have noticed, like a slight level of stress is always present in my body. Like my heart is beating faster, there's something moving in my digestion, like my clarity is less, like my focus is less sharp. And this is the aspect of the fasting, when our body doesn't need to focus on digestion, when our heart doesn't need to pump that much blood, we are able to actually, focus mentally, and our body is able to, put that energy into recovery, into other, human processes. So that's what I want you also to really, guys, think about, that we eat so often, but we have to realize that it's also putting some level of stress, because our body have to work harder to digest this food, right? It's not like I'm saying don't eat and food is causing stress in your body. And obviously, it's not what I'm saying. It's just like I want to bring this to your awareness. We have to give a break to our digestion system too. And last, obviously, I have mentioned this in my video about how to raise your vibration. Colon cleanse actually raises your vibration, because it's not just about, cleansing your colon, but it's about removing lower vibrations out of your body. Because, those of you who are vegans now, but maybe have been, as I have, a meat eater in the past, imagine you have eaten literally death. You've eaten fear and pain of the animals. On an energetical level, on a cellular level, it's still part of your body if you never have released it. And vegan, not vegan, I don't care. On energy level, we have consumed death. We have consumed fear. And you cannot argue with that. And that is still present in your body. And that is creating lower vibration in your body of your energetical being. So please keep that in mind. Mucoid plaque is a perfect place, as I said, for parasites and diseases, again, which is all lower vibrations. And last but not least, also remember, guys, that if you ever have taking medicine or antibiotics, it hurts your gut. Even if it was 15 years ago, it still impacts your gut. So it's really, really important to, take out those, harmful things out of your body. And then we pour into the health. Then we make the environment alkaline. Then we put the greens and the healthy stuff. But if we try to, chunk in all the healthy stuff, and it's not even able to absorb, and then we're thinking, what the heck is going on? There's your answer. So just by removing the mucoid plaque, even if you're not trying to make it, high vibration, just by removing this crap out of your gut, you are gonna raise your vibration naturally, because we throw out the garbage. Okay, so definitely I have noticed that I'm more happy, living in a more happy state, and not just I feel that people around me have noticed this, and I feel I have opened up as a vessel on in spiritual terms. I do feel more happy myself, as I said. I do feel also, this might sound crazy, and I'm not promising that you're going to experience this, but after doing cleanses, I have felt that my psychic abilities have been developing. Because previously, I had the intuition, but now, as you guys, if you've watched my channel, I'm able to, channel information, ask questions, and, get downloads, which I was not able to do that long time ago. Even a year ago, if you will tell me, I would not believe you. But now, and somebody actually was doing a reading for me, and the spiritual guide said, now after cleaning your body, you are able to move forward. So, which is freaking crazy to hear it from somebody else, right? So those are the physical, mental, and spiritual reasons. And I know, guys, this is a little bit longer video, but even if you don't do this cleanse, I have told you so much education now about, health in general and your vibration and like industries in general. So I know you're gonna benefit from this. Hey guys, Christina here. I was just editing the video and I realized that it got a little bit too long. So what I did, actually, I separated it in two. So the first part, the one that you just watched, the why, what is the colon cleanse, the pros and cons, is gonna be this separate video. And tomorrow I'm gonna upload the second part of the video, which is actually the Q&A from all of you, because I know all of you are so curious about it. So definitely stay tuned for tomorrow, same time. I'm gonna upload the second part of Q&A about the Bio Cleanse colon cleanse, and I'll speak to you tomorrow then. Thank you.